Hey, hello and welcome SAP BTP Integration Suite training, and today is your third day, and it is very much important session for you because from this day your BTP Integration Suite journey means your practical journey will be starting. Okay. So, am I audible, right? Hello.
Yes, Palash, you're audible.
Okay. Thanks, Amit. Yeah. So before starting this day 3, just do a quick recap. So in our second day class, what we covered what is cloud computing, types of cloud computing, and SAP BTP CPI architecture, what is data center, and what is with SAP with RISE. So any questions regarding this previous topic? Any doubt, any query? Means I am requesting you to after completion of each session, right? So just go through the video at least once, because those are not very long video, only max to max 90 minutes video, right? So at least go through this video, and if you have any doubt, query, then you can ask in the next class. So can I start? If you the silent is telling like there is no query or open points.
Yeah, Palash, you can get started. I have few queries I will be asking you later.
Sure. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Amita. Okay, so already this discussion means what is CPI already we have discussed, but just before starting this tenant setup and your first scenario, just do a quick recap. So CPI is basically your middleware, right? So this is a SAP product, and this comes under your BTP Integration Suite service, right? So this is one of capability. Out of 5 capability, there is one capability. So this is like other middleware like the MuleSoft, the TIBCO, or Oracle Bus, or Dell Boomi, right? But the advantage of this middleware is basically, first of all, this is a SAP product, and you know how SAP is popular, right? So still SAP is #1 ERP. So with this integration, there is a many provision that we can integrate the SAP out-of-box product, or we can integrate non-SAP product as well. We can integrate any API, any web service, everything, right? So we can integrate B2B, any social network, any mobile apps, any public authorities, right? Or we can integrate the on-premise system as well, right? So what is on-premise system? Already you have discussed. So whenever you will go through this cloud connected session, so it will be cleared more. Correct. Okay. So before starting this, so I just created few slides, right? So first, what we have to do? First, we have to if you have a SAP account, right? Then this step is not required. And if you don't have any SAP account, then what you have to do? You have to go through this link, this account.sap.com. Then you have to register. So after registering, after just clicking the register, you will get this form. So you have to fill, and then you have to go to this URL, this cockpit.hanatrialondemand.com. So in this page, you have to provide your username, what you have provided in your whenever you will click, right? So you have to provide your username, right? So this is your username, SAP Universal ID, email, and password. And whenever you will just go to this link, this cockpit.hanatrialondemand.com, you have to put your SAP Universal ID and then continue. So whenever you will continue, so in this step, SAP will ask to register your mobile number, right? So already I have registered my mobile number, so that's why that screen not came, right? But whenever you will do, so you have to register your mobile number as well. And if you already have your SAP account, then directly you can jump to the step. So you have to click the continue to trial home, and then whenever you will just click continue trial home, you can get this screen. So those are the basically they are right now SAP is providing only 2 data center. One is the US East via AWS and another is Singapore Azure. So previously there is one European Frankfurt. So right now SAP disabled, right? So this is those data center SAP has provided for the trial account only. But for the enterprise edition, there are many data centers SAP has provided, correct? And what is the recommendation of SAP that suppose I am staying in India, right? So our nearest data center is Dubai, right? So always SAP recommended that just register the data center with your nearest location, correct? Okay, then come to 1 minute. Let me share my screen. Yeah, can you see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so those are the 2 available data centers for the trial account. So I am just click on this US East via AWS, and you have to create your account. So whenever you will click, your global account will be creating. So it will take some time, means at least 5 minutes. So right now what we are doing, already we have a SAP account with our personal Gmail ID or any email ID. So we are creating one global account and sub account. So the sub account creation process is going on. Just go through this session very minutely, because if you search any document in Google for the tenant setup, right? So every time the procedure is changed, right? But if you know the basic thing, right, then whenever you will do that, or if you will guide any other person, then you will easily understand. Means no need to go through any document. Directly you can do your tenant setup very easily. There are many steps are available in many threads in the SAP blog, right? But I went through maximum blocks, but at the end I understood the concept, and then I just configured my tenant. So previously, whenever I have started my journey, right, so it was taking much time. But whenever I understood the base, right, then it is very much easy. Okay, so your those 3, your global account, sub account, right, and your space and org has been created. So I just click continue. Then you have to go to your trial account. Perfect. So if you see, so this is basically your landing page, your global account landing page. So if you see, this is the global account, right, and this is your sub account. So in my previous session I explained that just assume that sub account your development system, correct? So in trial account, SAP will allow only create one sub account, and your global account is like a means in real time. So client needs to register with this global account. whenever client, any business organization or any company will ask for this BTP access, right? So first they have to create this global account. So for the trial account, I am creating this global account with my personal email ID, and this personal email ID already registered with SAP. So same things client need to be done, but the process is different. Means for this they have to pay the subscription.
But that's one question. This has some validity, right? It will expire in like in 1 year or something like that, because I have created one account. 1 year,
yes,
right?
Yes. See, right now this is showing 30 days, right? So whenever you will just come to this page, automatically this page will be extended with every days.
Yeah, because I created this. I think it is.
Yes. It will be automatically extended, but if you don't log in this page, so there is a chance that account might be deleted.
Okay.
Right? But just keep in mind, you have to log in between 30 days. So your account means your account will keep retained. Means all your development, all these things will be there. But also I have seen that I sometimes I forgot to log in my. There are many accounts I have, right? So I forgot to log in some accounts. So though SAP will just prompt one warning message, then you can access this. Means total.
And for each account, you are registering with different mobile number, right? The same mobile number you cannot.
Correct. Yes, different mobile. And if you have any conflict, so I'll share one email ID directly. You can means just send one mail if you have any doubt, anything right with your account. So directly you can send the mail to there is one account sso.account@sap.com. So means they are responding very quick. Means yesterday actually what happened with this account, with this my email ID. So whenever I was trying to register with my mobile number, right? So what happened? This mobile number was registered with my different account. Correct. So I just sent the mail to SAP that I am not able to register my mobile number, and this is saying this that the already this mobile number is registered with your other account. So can you please tell me my this user ID, right? So SAP immediately responded within 10 minutes. So then I just go to that account, and there is another email ID, means URL that I will share later. That is the this is the email ID with URL whenever you are registering account.sap.com, right? And if you put accounts, like just add one sap.com, and if you provide your email ID, then you can access all the details. Means from this account you can modify your email ID and whatever the details you have provided. Right. So that I'll show you. Okay. So sorry. So up to this that is clear, right? I am asking to everybody. Sunandan, Avipsa, or Sai?
Yes, Palas.
Okay, good, great. So this is your main page, and under this global account, already I have created one sub account, correct? And what I told, the difference between your trial account and your enterprise account. So in the enterprise account, we can see another section that is called security. So in this page, admin can add the user. See, right now what happened? Right now I have created my global account, so I am the admin of this global account, correct? But in real time, there is means client need to provide the access to specific person to access the global account, right? So that's why only these things is different with the trial account and the enterprise account. That's all. Okay. So right now I am just clicking this trial account. Correct. So if you see, there is this node is visible. Correct. So if you see, that is the trial account, and this is your global account, and this is your trial home. Correct. So these things already we can access from here as well. So this is your trial account. And if you see right now, what is showing right now, those panels came: services, cloud foundry, HTML application, connectivity, security, entitlement. So your first task is basically you have to add some specific rule, correct? So I am expanding this security panel, and then I have to use user. So in this section we have to come 2 to 3 times. Okay, so if you see this is my username, and identity provider is default identity provider. And if I click here, so if I go there, so there is 3 dot, right? So you have to click 3 dot, then assign role collection, correct? So whatever the role collection are there, you have to assign. See, actually this is the trial account, that's why we are assigning all the roles, right? But in real time, SAP has provided the document. So based on this document, in real time only we are assigning these options: sub account service administrator, destination administrator, sub account viewer, and cloud connector administrator. But though this is a trial account, so that's why I am just assigning all the roles. But those are already documented in the SAP document. Means actually this task is basically by the SAP cloud administrator or the basis person, correct? But if you know this process, then you can do this activity as well. Means suppose one client just take the subscription of SAP BTP platform, right? So based on the requirement, if BTP integration suite is required, then you can do all these things. Whatever I am showing, same things you have to do, but only the difference is whenever you will do that, there is some specific role need to be assigned. Because see, right now globally I am assigning all the role, right? But in general there should be some restriction, right? And those are documented in the SAP document, and those are same, means those are same for all tenant setup, correct? So what I did, I just expand this user and I have assigned this all the role collection, correct? So then your next step will be, so this is the first step. Means what I did basically, whenever I have created the global account and sub account, automatically the default service, the default user provider created by SAP, and after creating that I have to assign some generic role. Through this generic role I can get access in the service marketplace, correct? So right, so I am going to the service marketplace. So if I expand this services, so there are 2 options: service marketplace and instance and subscription. So where I need to go? I need to go service marketplace, right? So our required subscription is basically integration suite. So I need to search integration, and if you see, there are n number of services SAP has provided, right? So many services. So there are, for to subscribe all these services, SAP has provided different documentation, right? But overall, more or less, all are same maximum. So those are the services, right? Those are the services in the service marketplace. So what I need to do, I need to search with integration suite. So this is my required services. So what I need to do, I need to just click on this 3 dot and then create. Then create. Then just click on the view subscription. So in this service menu, there are 2 options: service marketplace and instance and subscription, right? So whatever the services I will register, right? So those will become. So if you see right now, I have just registered this integration suite, correct? And by default, whenever SAP will create this global account and sub account, by default this service will be registered. So no need to do this thing, anything for this SAP business application schedule. So this will be required for the who will be working in the SAP ABAP on cloud or this. So there are something SAP business applications to do, right? So it will be needed for the SAP ABAP on cloud. But our journey is basically with our integration suite. Okay, so right now I have added this. Then again, what I need to do again, I need to go to the 1 minute. So if I go to the user again, I will check if any other roles are coming or not. So again if you go to assign role collection, so if you see there are another role already prompted. So why this role came? Because I have just subscribed these services integration suite. So that's why again SAP has prompted this role. So it will be different. It will be different for other services as well. As I registered this service SAP integration suite, that's why SAP has prompted this role. So I need to, and this is required actually. This is required for all tenant setup. This is required for that your trial account, and this is required for your enterprise account as well. So what I'll do, I'll just assign role collection again.
So that means, Palas, every time you have to do that, right?
That is a one-time activity. Yes,
no,
yes.
Whenever we add the services, new services, you have to add the role from here.
Correct. So that is the beauty of this SAP BTP platform. Means you no need to go through any, means maximum time no need to go through any document, right? So if you go through the document, that's well. But whenever you will add the services, so whatever the required services already you can see from here your role collection. So how I went to this section? So I just click on the user, right? So just note down there is one arrow, and actually this is a very beautiful UI. So this is called actually breadcrumb interface. Right. So if I click on this arrow, right? So automatically this role collection will come. So if you see there are 3 dots. So whenever you can see 3 dots, so there is some activity we need to perform. So what is the activity? Activity is assign role collection, right? So whenever you will do this thing 2 to 3 times, so you will be familiar with this interface. So those interfaces are very much easy and very user friendly. Correct. So up to that, what I did first, I subscribed our required services, that is integration suite, and before that, what I did before registering this service, I have assigned the generic role to my user ID, and after assigning this role, I subscribe our required service, that is integration suite. So after doing that, again I went to my user, and under this user I went to the user role, and I have assigned the role collection. And if you see, so there is one small difference between your role collection and your role. Actually right now what I am doing, those are all the role collection. So what is role collection? So role collection is basically in level language collection of many roles or one role as well. Means this is like a package.
Role collection plus one. It is also related to that, right? What is this integration suite?
See, those are the role collection I can see, right? So if I open this,
this is not required, right, for our thing, because this is for Fury, Bass and all. So
yeah. That's why I told you, right? So for the integration suite, those are actually
which
required.
one is okay? Cloud. Which one? Can you just show?
Yes, this cloud connector. And even this right now cloud connector administration are also not required, but whenever we will do this cloud connector, right? So this is required. Connectivity, destination administrator, destination administration, integration provider, sub account. This is required for all your services. Sub account then how it, you will manage your sub account, right? Sub account administrator, sub account service administrator, sub account viewer, and those which we can see with the business application studio, those are what you told, that is correct. Those are required for your SAP business application studio. Okay, then so right now we have assigned all the required role, and every time whenever you will just create your user ID, right? So if I go to my user ID, if I click here and sorry, so this is your, so if I click here assign role collection, so you see there is no options are available. That means whatever the up to this step, whatever the role collection are required, or everything I have assigned. Okay, so let's come to this point again, this service marketplace. So I have to start with process runtime. Process integration runtime. Okay, then again you have to create this. So if you see in the plan, there are two plans. One is the API, another is the integration flow. So for our case right now, this integration flow is required. So API also a part of your integration suite capability, correct? So today I will show only this integration flow, because this integration, cloud integration, right? So cloud integration, API and API management, or this MIG-MAC open connector. So in a coming class, I will just show you how to add this capability also, because it will take some time, at least 60 minutes, right? So it will just consume much time. But this integration flow, so in this process runtime services, there are two options, API integration flow. So I am just selecting this integration flow. So you can see, you can just in the instance name, you can put any name, like what I can do, we can do just CPI dev, and then create, then next create. Okay, and sorry. Just forgot this step actually. So so right now your this is your service, right? Integration suite. So what you have to do, you have to just again click on this, go to application, and if you go click on this, go to application. So in this service, you have to add your capability. Correct. So this is your one option, add capability. So right now what I am doing, right now I am just adding this capability. So in your CPI, this is required, the design, develop and operating integration suite, correct? So if I go to so let me add this. So So if you see how many capabilities are there, one is design develop. This is design develop API management, implement interface and mapping, manage integration with trading partner, extended non-SAP connectivity, manage and role, provided technology guidance. So those are the capabilities SAP has provided in your integration suite. So right now in our course we'll cover maximum things in the design, develop and operate integration scenario. And for this design and develop and API management and open connector, I'll just try to show you some example, right? So if I not able to show you in real time, then there is some blog I'll share, because what happened, those are actually basically this API basically connecting with your enterprise edition, right? Means no issue with this your trial account, but whenever we need to get the access with this API, right? So there are some required user ID, password is required, and some subscription also required. So I will try to cover this in your later. Means whenever we'll cover all maximum things, then means later I will try to show you some examples. But our main classes will be covered with this your design, develop and operate integration scenario. So if I click next, then you have to activate. So it will take some time. Let's come to this. We have to wait for, it is showing 60 minutes, but it will take at least 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes. So up to this, it is clear, right? Okay. So whenever, see, just note down, whenever you have added your capability, right? So this is your in progress. So for this capability also we have to assign some specific rule, correct? So whenever I have started to add this capability, so if you see, if I go to user, and if you see, if I go to the role collection, so if you see, those already came, right? So what you have to do, we have to select all these PI and whatever is there. This is PI administrator, PI business expert, PI integration developer, PI read only. So you have to assign this role as well. So whenever it will be completed, again few roles will might come.
The workflow, right?
So right now no role is prompting, right? So up to this, that is fine. So just think about, means I'm just starting means in the high level. So whenever you have just log into the your CPI, means in your integration suite tenant, right? So first what you did, you just go to your user and you have assigned one role, right? Your default IND provider. And whenever you have subscribed your services like integration suite, again few role came and you have assigned those roles, correct? Then what you did, then you just go to your instance and subscription. So you see, this service already you have subscribed. So what you did, you just click on this go to application and system navigate to this section. So right now I can see those are activated. Okay. So that's when, see, right now your business integration suite option is activated. Sorry, build integration scenario. But if you see, if I click here, system is not prompting. There is no URL, or system is not providing any link to go through. So for that, we have to do first, every time we have to go to your security user. First we have to check if there is any other role SAP has provided, means this platform has provided or not. So if I see right now, there is no specific role is required, correct? So what I do, so before coming to this integration subscription again panel, I need to go to role collection, correct? And if you see, there is one option, add. So I will add one. So I am creating one role collection. So why this role collection will be required, I'll just explain you in this session only. So if I click here, so this is your search group rules. Where is the role? Sorry, you have to create on the edit button. So whenever you will create on the edit button and click on the role name, you will get n number of roles. So what I need to search, I need to search messaging sent. So add. So again, I need to go to user, click on this arrow, click on this assign role collection. So this role collection came. So you just assign role collection. So in this integration suite, there is no concept to direct assign any role. Whatever role you required, suppose some specific role is required, you have to create your own role collection and you have to assign this. Right. So if you see, there is no option to assign directly role. So right now this setup already completed. Right. Then again, I need to come this service marketplace. So I need to search process runtime integration, process integration runtime. So I need to create. So if I see same search plan integration flow. So if you see, there are two options are coming, right? API and integration flow. So whenever I will activate this API management capability, so at that time this is required. So right now we are activated only our integrations and our this build integration scenario capability only. So that's why we need only integration flow. So again, I need some name. CPI. Next, create. Okay, so right now this has been created. So why whenever I have tried last time, why this was not created? Because what happened at that time, I did not add this capability, right? So whenever you have added this capability, right, so at the time system again prompt you a new rule collection. So this new rule collection, whenever I have added this new rule collection, so at the time system prompted me to system allowing me to create this process integration runtime. So this is required for this step. So this is like a one instance. If you see, this is instance actually, correct? So if I go to again click on the just close this. Again, I go to integration suite, go to application. So your tenant setup completed for your build integration scenario. So if I click here, then it will go to your development page. Okay. So just I am taking one pause here. So I know that is first time you are seeing this step. So it will be some confusion, right? So believe me, whenever you will do, right, whenever you will see the video and if you follow the step, it will be very much easy. So just if you have any question, query, any doubt regarding this tenant setup, just let me know.
So this is the workflow. That's how to
Sorry, sir, can you please be louder?
Is it audible now?
No, that is your voice is very low.
Is it audible now?
Yeah, you are audible, but your voice is very low actually. So I don't think this is happening with me only. Amita or Sanandan, is this the same?
I am also not able to hear him.
Yeah, so the same here.
Yeah. So can you come to your microphone and then again, or else if you have any problem, you can just add in the chat as well. You can 1 minute. No, sir, this is not the workflow. Workflow is different thing. This is a so in what context you are asking this question? Means if you ask this CPI or BTP Integration Suite, so this is actually your integration flow. Did I able to make your answer? Okay, great. So any questions, Sunandan, Amita, or Avisha regarding this tenant setup? See, actually, this is very much important because whenever I have started my journey, right? So during this tenant setup, I spent a lot of time. But at the time, whenever I realized that this is very much easy if you follow the step, and this step is common. If going forward, anything will change. And what I told beginning of my class that if you go to Google and just search with the BTP Integration Suite tenant setup, so there will be a lot of steps, lot of process will be there. But if you follow this, it will not work. So can I go ahead?
Yeah, Pranash.
Yes.
I think once we are doing, no, because I have done it before, not for this, but for Eclipse, like we are doing RAP. So that time I have done similar. You remember, like Jagdish was giving us session, right? There also we had opened this trial account. So I know steps are similar, but yeah, this has some different.
Steps are similar, but Amit, actually in the integration effect, so there are means. So what is basically the complexity of this step? Because in each step you have to assign your role. That is the only thing.
That one was different, yeah.
If you not assign your role in correct step, then you cannot see this. See, actually, whenever I have tried to activate these things, right? This CPI dev, these instances. So I forgot to add this capability. So whenever you have added your capability, so automatically those role collection was coming. So at that time, whenever I have added this role collection, then system allow me to activate these your instances. So When you activate your instances, then system will allow to go to your page. Okay. So then I'm just clicking on this discover integration. Correct. So just keep in mind, see, these things already I explained this. So this is your URL, right? This is your URL. So this is common for all. This is your sub account URL. This is your basically your sub account URL. This is your global account URL. But whenever I have added this capability, so if you see, this URL is basically your tenant URL. So this is unique for your sub account, and this is unique for your capability, right? So if I go to there, so the see, whenever I just move to this step, so what I used to do, I just click on this, then I go to the instance and subscription, and then I just click this 3 dot and go to your application. So in your application, you can right now you can see only one capability. So whenever you will add another capability, all this will come. So whenever I click there, so I am getting this URL. So this URL is basically unique for your CPI tenant. So this is called your CPI tenant. Correct. So this is up to this, and this represent your data center. I told you last session, this US 10, and this is whenever we'll just share the CPI tenant URL. So every time we have to share this, correct? Not full URL. So whenever I will just show you the first scenario, so I will explain what is your endpoint URL and what is this. Okay. So so this is my CPI tenant. So there are many things are there, right? This is the discovery section, so it will be covered your maybe next to next session. And this is the monitor, right? So there are many things are there in the monitor. Sorry.